Hi everybody, welcome to Teaspoon Retro. I'm your host, Teaspoon, and today we've got another Chantal video. This is a mukbang she's done, her famous recipe for Indomie noodles and meatballs. And she's also going to tackle an issue of the day, something she's seen scrolling on TikTok. So let's get on with it, shall we? Here we go.
Hello, foodie beauties.
Well, hello there. Alright, so some people have been asking to see our place, and it's not super fancy or anything.
Here we are, Salah's favourite room in the house, the place where all the action happens, people. You just imagine. No, actually, let's not imagine. That could be far too dark and far too disturbing. Yep. Okay, right. It's quite amusing though that she shows us this place first, isn't it?
Like that, there's a lot of flaws, but whatever. It's I've been trying real hard to at least keep it nice and clean, regardless of your living space, no matter how big.
Look guys, I'm so clean. Look, I even put some toilet duck down the toilet. Look, aren't I clean? Aren't I nice and tidy? Look, see? No flies on me.
Big, small, modern, old, whatever you live in, we can still all do our best.
Okay, just very quickly, why is there a 3-wick candle or 2-wick candle, whatever it is, sitting on top of the cistern? Yeah, I've never seen that before. It's not really the place that I would think of sticking a candle, to be honest, on top of the toilet tank. But there we are.
To try to keep a clean space. So I'll just show you a little bit of our living space. We do like to keep some rooms private, just for privacy. And this is, one of the bathrooms. This is the one that I use. And yeah, just thought I would show you a bit of that and a little bit of the kitchen and the litter box that I keep very clean. So here.
There's no way Foodie's getting in that tub. I doubt whether she's even using the stand-up shower. There we are. Yeah.
Here is all of those clips.
What the heck is that music?
Hello guys, welcome back to another dinner video. Today, I just made my...
I'm sorry, why were we looking at a clean litter tray? Is that the extent of the tour? Look guys, here's my kitchen stroke laundry room, and here's Salah's favourite room, the toilet. But I'm not going to show you the bedrooms, because that's too private. But telling you I crapped myself whilst in Thailand, and it went all over the bed sheets. That's not private. That's okay. I can talk about that. And I can talk about pictures of my privates and telling guys that if they want and can prove that I've done or said certain things, that I would service them. Yes, yes, that's not private. No, that's absolutely fine to share with you guys. But don't you ask about the bedrooms. That's too private. And also we won't show you, because if we do, quite frankly, you'll certainly see that me and Salah don't sleep in the same room. Yeah. Okay, on with the mukbang.
Myself some meatballs in the air fryer, some ramen, which I haven't had in a little while actually. Yes, I make the best ramen. Oh yeah. You gotta add other things to it, not just the package. All right. Bismillah, beauty bite. Let's have a meatball. I love meatballs. Italian meatballs.
How many packets of ramen is that, do you think? 3, possibly even 4. Plus she added about 2 tons of butter and heavy cream to it. Ugh, goodness. Ugh, no. I mean, now and again I'm partial to a packet of instant noodles, but not in that sort of quantity. Good grief. And the meatballs look so dry, because there's no sauce on them. You've normally got sauce with meatballs, but there's no sauce. They're just dry with the noodles, and seems a bit of a mixture. Oh well, it's Foodie, isn't it? She's got a stomach like a dustbin, just throws everything in.
So I showed you guys some parts of my home. I don't want to show everything because some parts of the house we just want to keep private, like our bedrooms and stuff. Harry's room, or the spare room, is just, it's kind of like a storage room. We don't have closet space here, so it's just kind of cluttered, but it's clean. I have to tell you my ramen recipe in the pinned comments. Anyway, I was thinking of solutions because you guys know me from the villa, when I lived in the villa, my old place, a couple years ago. My place.
Yeah, we remember the villa all right. Rubbish everywhere, pizza boxes, rotting food, Timbit, Sam, yeah, BBJ. We remember all those things, you see.
It was messy and dirty. Sometimes I would go through, you know, weeks of not cleaning properly or at all. And then I would do a huge cleanup, like the whole day.
Yeah, we know. Ugh. Honestly, I know sometimes people can say that mental illness can, like depression, for example, can lead to people not taking proper care of themselves and, you know, not sort of washing or getting properly dressed and things like that. So I know sometimes those things do occur with depression, but it's just a pigsty, and I don't believe Foodie was ever depressed or has ever been depressed. She's just simply lazy. I'm going to put that out there, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that one. I really am.
Make life harder on myself.
I suppose now she's going to tell us that since she's found her most handsomest husband, Salah, that she's a trad wife now. And look at me, she's saying. Aren't I good? I do everything in the house. I cook for my handsomest husband. Yes, I do. I cook the food and it's fresh. It's so fresh and so yummy. And he absolutely loves it. He really does. He absolutely loves it. Don't you, Salah? Salah! Salah! Tell them you like it. You better tell them you like it. I will get very angry. Oh yes, babe, yes. Good. Very good. Thank you. See? Aren't we great together, guys?
As a form of self-love and love for my home, my family, I try to keep it clean.
Really?
There's been times where I go through depression and I don't keep it as clean as I'd like. I never let it get villa level. My husband would never. But
no, not depressed. Just lazy. Gonna stick with it. Honestly, I am. Just lazy. Absolutely.
I want to get to a point where I become kind of obsessed with cleaning, you know?
Sure, Jan.
Even as a hobby. Because
yes, taking more care of the home is a nice step to include, but like most of Foodie's endeavours, it will last probably about 24 hours before she reverts to just throwing things around haphazard again and using ladles while she's eating yoghurt because she hasn't got a clean spoon in the place.
find when my home is clean, I feel so much less depressed. I know depression can be a clinical thing and it's not always just situational, but there's things that we do that make it life harder on ourselves.
Hello, can you eat?
Cameo from King Beezer. Scared me.
Just as a quick aside, Foodie has placed the recipe for her Indomie noodles, if anybody's interested. 2 packs of Indomie and their seasonings. For a start, there's not 2 packets there. Absolutely not. There's at least 3 there. Quarter of a chicken bouillon cube. Oh, that's what it needs, isn't it? Indomie. More sodium. Yep, get that sodium in. Gotta get it in. Half a cup of full fat milk or 1/4 cream. Why on earth would you add cream to Indomie needles? Needles? Sorry. No, I've not been on the pop. I've not been down the pub or anything. It's just sometimes I get my words mixed up. Yeah, Indomie noodles. Why would anybody want to add cream to it? And 1 heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. And 1/4 cup of water. I assume it's another Jeff knocking about. Wonder if there's any Maggies in the kitchen. Little Maggies with all her lovely little daughters just hanging about, waiting to turn into Jeffs and go flying round the house, or the apartment I should say in this case, flying around the apartment with the greatest of ease, lured by the exotic, alluring scent that emanates from Foodie. Yes, they can't resist. This is the promised land, Jeff shouts to the other flies. This is the promised land. Guys, look at all of this here. This great canvas we have to walk upon. Beautiful.
The motivation to keep cleaning comes when I get up and start cleaning something. And I found through this method that it doesn't take much to get the wheels going. So if you're ever not feeling motivated, get up, force it, like really force it. Do what you gotta do. Splash cold water on your face.
So what you're asking really, Foodie, is you're asking for us to give you ass pats for you having got up and cleaned your filthy apartment. And you want positive affirmations and pats on the back for that. You ain't gonna get them from me. No, sorry. Getting your ass off the couch and cleaning your filthy apartment is something you should be doing anyway, regardless. It shouldn't be seen as some great achievement that you've actually managed to do it for once in a while.
Drink coffee, whatever. Get a little bit of energy. Let's say you have dishes to do, a whole pile. Get up, clean 3 to 4 dishes. Just 3 to 4. Or just start with one thing. Clean the counter around the dishes to get it set up to do the dishes. Any little thing will get that blood flowing. We'll get those positive vibes going.
Okay, so now Foodie's advocating for cleaning as a cure for the ailing psyche. Yeah, I don't think, Foodie, you're really qualified to speak on such matters, to be honest.
We'll inspire you to keep going.
انت كعربي؟
لا
ليش؟
ما بعرف.
صح حبيبتي.
على قلبك حبيبي.
Yeah, bravo.
Is it على قلبك or على قلبك?
على قلبك. You can say على قلبك or على قلبك.
Okay. Thanks for the lesson, sweet love.
Anytime.
I do really have to learn more Arabic. Come on. It's true. That's something I could do too. I'm just focusing on trying to not be such a mess. One thing at a time. Anyway.
3 hours later.
La 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 la. Did I see Beck? You know what? I can't stand Becky. Something bad, something Beck. That's what your name should be. You are a loser. Because you know why? And I'm not raging and this is not drama, but I'm telling you right now. What kind of, how, I don't know. Why are you still spilling all the tea about somebody like you used to love? Like, why are you doing that after the fact? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just get a job or do some content. You know what? I feel bad for her because the only presence she'll have on YouTube at this point is being Amberlynn's ex. Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't like Becky whatsoever. Sorry, I don't. But that's not my business. I'm just staying out of it. That's just my point of view. Well, she signed up for wiping her ass for years. What do you want me to say about it? You know, if you don't like it, go away. Beck? Oh, I thought her name was Becky. Beck, sorry. I outed the turd when it was happening, my friends. Yes, and now that it's over, I don't milk a name, right? Right. So no, it's not the same at all.
I'm pretty sure that Amberlynn didn't beat Becky either. Did she? I don't know. I don't care about the relationship. I don't give a shit about Amberlynn's relationships. I don't care about Amberlynn's life, actually, at all, to be quite honest. So since my life is kind of boring, I don't really have many stories of my own life to tell you. If something happens or I think of something, I'll let you know. Thought I would discuss something I've been seeing in the news going viral. This woman, this female rapper, she's suing Lyft.
Oh gosh, here we go again. Foodie's going to speak on some matter that she just happens to have seen in passing and probably knows nothing about it. She has no new stories to tell because she doesn't do anything. If she went places and did stuff, and I don't mean by going to places, going to fast food eateries, if she actually went somewhere and actually did things properly, she might actually have something to talk about. But sorry, Foodie, you were talking. The floor is yours, my dear.
For denying her Lyft driver denied her a ride because of her size.
Tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in his car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe it.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires. You know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there.
And I thought I would give my 2 cents. Honestly, maybe you don't think I would give this answer, but my opinions have changed a lot on situations like this when it comes to size differences, and I don't think that people should be, you know, bullied or made fun of because they're overweight. But I don't feel like the driver was being discriminatory in a bullying or bad way. I think the driver was actually being kind of respectful, and you could tell he felt bad. He kept saying, "I'm sorry." He had a small car, and he was worried about mechanical issues arising. This woman is about... she's in the 500s, is what I heard, like higher 500s, close to 600 pounds. First of all, Lyft drivers have the right to refuse for whatever reason. Like I said, I don't feel like he was being disrespectful in the way he communicated.
Foodie, the problem with you commenting on this is being demanding of other people when it comes to allocation of space on things like aeroplanes. When you've been going on your various visa runs from Kuwait and to whichever location, Thailand or Canada, as we've seen, you're always got the 2 seats, but you've never really purchased the 2 seats. And you've even talked about how if you spill over into a thin person space, then that's all cool and they should just accept it. But now she is trying to say, oh no, you guys, now I agree. People are within their rights to refuse service if they feel somebody's too big for their vehicle. Well, I can just imagine what Foodie's reaction would have been if she'd have been refused. Could you imagine? She'd have been so mad. We'd have never stopped hearing about it.
So I don't think it's like a to be sued worthy kind of thing. She could have just said like she made the situation worse. She could have just said, okay, fine, and called an XL Uber or a Lyft, which it exists for a reason. She could have gotten a bigger vehicle because, you know, you have to be very careful how you talk about these things.
Yes, you do, Foodie, which is precisely why you shouldn't be commenting on it.
For the lawyer to say that it's the same kind of discrimination as denying somebody of a different race is just gross. Now, at one time, I used to think that fat discrimination was like equal, you know. Number one, I don't even think that she was being discriminated against. Like, it's, you know, things have like weight limits, you know what I mean? Like, and as a bigger person, it's our responsibility to be aware of those situations. And like I said, I didn't always think this way, but now I do for sure. Like, come on. It was a small car. It was a compact car, you know? It's not his fault you're that big either.
The hypocrisy of her talking about this woman being too big for that smaller car when she's struggling to fit behind the wheel of the Temu car. You know, you hear that you know, and beep, because a gunt always seems to hit the horn. And it's like she needs sort of to be oiled up first so she can slip behind the wheel more easily. So, I mean, she really, really struggles to get behind the wheel of that Temu car. Her stomach's pressed right up against the steering wheel. I mean, quite frankly, it's dangerous. And she shouldn't be driving like that. And she's short. And as a short person myself, you have to sit quite close to the steering wheel in order to reach the pedals properly. But her stomach prevents that, so she's having to sit further away. So she must be driving on her little tippy toes.
He was nice. Nice about it. He didn't call her names or nothing, you know, or anything. But to compare being morbidly obese to racial discrimination? Are you kidding? That is so crazy to me. Like, get out of here with that. Like, there's no way. Somebody who's born a certain race it's not a choice. And yes, I think that me putting this food in my mouth is a choice. I respect, as somebody who has issues with food, that there are reasons for morbid obesity. And one of those reasons is not taking responsibility for your own healing with your issues.
I bet we do. I bet at some point in the future she will be blaming everybody. She'll be blaming the reactors. She'll be blaming Salah. You know, that he wasn't supportive enough. That he still had junk food in and shouldn't have had junk food in. You know, that the reactors made her sad and that caused her to wanted to eat. It led to her binging. I can just see it all now. Because the one thing Foodie cannot do is she cannot take responsibility for her own actions. So despite what she's saying here, she doesn't believe that internally, because she believes that she's never done anything wrong and nothing's her fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
You're not going to see me expecting other people to fix my issue.
Really?
It's also our responsibility to look into size. Am I going to fit here? Am I too heavy for this? Am I going to break it? That kind of thing. Which I've become a lot more aware of. And I like taking responsibility for my wrongs, for things that, my flaws, stuff like that. Now, no, I'm probably...
When have you ever took responsibility for your flaws? So, sorry, I must have slipped into some alternate reality. Foodie saying she takes responsibility for her actions. No, never. Good grief. Do you know who you're talking to, Foodie? You're talking to people that have been around for years. They know you inside out and back to front. I don't know what sort of twilight zone Foodie's living in right now, but it's certainly not the one the rest of us inhabit. That's for sure.
Not seemingly to you, you know, on the outside looking in. And a lot of the time, no, I'm not being consistent and doing healthy lifestyle changes. But at the same time, I'm going to be aware of my limitations as a larger person, and I'm also going to be responsible for them and responsible for myself. And yes, I realize that probably, you know, part of that responsibility is if you need help, get it, you know. But at the same time, like I said, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I've started therapy. I'm not going to blame other people for my size. I'm not on her side with this at all. And I don't like her entitlement.
Did Foodie just call somebody else entitled? Chantal, you are one of the most entitled brats I have ever come across. You have tantrums almost daily when you don't get your own way. So it's blooming rich sitting there and talking about somebody else being entitled. Blooming heck.
Like how hypocrisy you are, oh my god.
Anyways, guys, that was my dinner. That was some good Indomie. Very good Indomie. I love it. Like I said, I haven't had it in a while.
I could insert an obvious joke here about precisely what it is that Foodie hasn't had for a while. But I'll leave that to your fertile imaginations, viewers. I'm sure we're all thinking probably the same thing.
Anyways, guys, that's about it. Let me know your opinions down below. Yeah. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you ever so much for dropping by and listening to me waffle on. Thank you, I really appreciate it. If you like the video, leave a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and then you'll find out when I release some more videos. So take care, everyone. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.